Hey guys, it's TheFrXion here, Tank12, however you call me, I don't really care, and welcome back to World of Tanks Weekly. Now, I know I missed 2 weeks, 2 Mondays that I did miss, the last 2 weeks. Unfortunately, that is because I was on holiday and I had no time to actually produce anything during that time. I had some videos pre-recorded, but I wasn't able to make any kind of news video because basically there was nothing really going down. But this week there are a lot of new things to cover. That is kind of the problem if you have like a set kind of date and you have Monday. You usually do the news by Sunday, and yeah, that happens. I'm sorry, but unfortunately, I was on holiday and I had to enjoy 1 or 2 weeks of vacation a little bit now, especially during these freaking difficult times. So the waiting will probably be worth it though, because today we're going to be talking about 3 new vehicles that will be arriving on the super test very soon. And those 3 vehicles are one Soviet tank, well, go figure, one British light tank, which is going to be very interesting. We're going to check the stats just in a second. I haven't really taken that close of a look into any of the stats characteristics of these vehicles. And finally, the brand new tier 10 American heavy, no, not American, Italian heavy tank, the Carro da Combattimento 45t. And as always, all these things are still subject to change. None of the characteristics are set in stone. Keep that in mind. We're going to be taking a look at all 3 of them. This is going to be kind of a preview video, what we can expect so far. And we're going to have a little bit of a comparison in the end. Well, not really a comparison, but we're going to have a little bit of a final collection of all the data, and we're going to be discussing what it means for World of Tanks moving forward. Now, 2 of these vehicles will be tier 8. It does sound very much like 2 new tier 8 premium vehicles. Yes, nothing has been confirmed yet, but the Italian vehicle, we know that that Wargaming is working on Italian heavy tanks, and that 2020 supposedly they were going to be releasing 2 new tech trees, one of them being the Polish medium tanks that we got, and the other one the Italian heavy tanks. We haven't heard a lot about the Italian heavy tanks in a long time, but the better that we finally get to see a vehicle that is almost finished. So we're going to start with the GSor, because I think since I'm playing the British light tanks at the moment, I'm really interested in oh, actually it's not a light tank, it's a tank destroyer. Well, now I gotta redo the entire video, but no, you know what, we're just gonna go on. This is going to be a tank destroyer, at least they are designating it as a TD right here. I'm not entirely sure if that is correct, because you know what, we're gonna check this real fast. GSor. Okay, it is a TD. Okay, forget that. Never mind. So the GSor is going to be a British tank destroyer, and these are some of the pictures. It's going to be a premium one, and we can already say that it is quite unique looking in its style. It reminds me of the American tank that you were able to get via the ranked battle game mode. That one tank that only had like a turret that wasn't really a turret, only a kind of a gun. And it looks similar to that, at least turret-wise. But other than that, it has a hull that does not scream tank destroyer immediately. It looks like it's going to be a fully traversable turret, the entire 360 degrees. And it looks quite interesting, to be fair. It looks like it's compact, it's small, it has a powerful gun probably, and a turret that doesn't seem to be that badly angled. If you look at it from the front, there's a lot of curvature right there. It's kind of flat, yes, but especially if you're in a hull down position, maybe you're going to be able to bounce a lot of stuff from your turret. It also screams to me that it's going to have a lot of gun depression. At least that's what I'm thinking. But yeah, we're gonna check the values real fast. So it's going to come in at tier 8. It's going to be a premium as we expected. Horsepower, or no, horsepower, god, today I'm just a little bit all over the place. HP wise, 1400 for a tank destroyer at tier 8. It's quite a lot, to be fair. That's a lot. If you look at the RHM Borsig, 1100. 640 horsepower engine, 43 tons, a max load of 45.5 tons, and max speed of 60 kilometers. Now, all these things are still subject to change, but it sounds pretty crazy. 60 kilometers per hour top speed, so this thing shouldn't have a lot of armor. Oh, it has 99 millimeters of hull armor at the front, and it is kind of rounded, so okay, that is interesting, definitely. That is quite a lot of armor, to be fair, for a tank destroyer. It has a 152 millimeter thick turret. Okay, that's very interesting. So the tank is fast. Power to weight is 14.66 horsepower per ton, so that's quite decent. Hull traverse 29, turret traverse 29 degrees per second. So yeah, that is nothing to write home about. Tank destroyers usually don't turn very fast either. Then if they had that, they would be more on the side of a medium tank, because this vehicle right here would definitely fit into the category of a medium tank, a little bit more bulky. But it's faster than a lot of medium tanks. 60 kilometers, damn. 370 view range, okay, it's a tank destroyer, didn't expect anything there. But 152 millimeters on the turret, 99 on the hull, 51 on the side, 38 on the rear, 51 on the side on the turret, 38 on the back of the turret. So okay, that's nothing too crazy. The alpha damage, it's a 105 millimeter gun, 320 pen, 226. That does seem familiar. I think the Charioteer has a similar gun. Rate of fire 6.7 rounds per minute. Wait, what? It is an autoloader? Okay, sorry guys, I didn't really check that at all. So this is supposed to be an autoloader for the British. It has 4 rounds. Reload time in between the shots is 1.5 seconds. 31 seconds to complete reload on the vehicle. It has a 105 millimeter gun with 0.29 accuracy at 100 meters. 1.73 seconds aim time, 11 degrees of gun depression. Okay, this thing is freaking crazy. Like, all the stats right now sound incredible. No other British tank destroyer has anything like that. You know, there is no other tank destroyer in the British tech tree that I can think of that is anything like this. Fast, has decent armor, has 1400 HP at tier 8, has bloody 4 rounds, is an autoloader. What? what the hell is Wargaming smoking? Like, now all these stats sound too good to be true. Now, obviously, they are still subject to change, but this thing, wow. Yeah, it does not sound balanced at all at tier 8. And it sounds like it's going to be like a defender, just as a tank destroyer. Because imagine the speed of a Scorpion G, but with 4 shells and armor. What? It's no 128 millimeter caliber, right? But just look at it. It has armor, which the Scorpion G has not. It's not going to be like destroyed by HE unless you hit it on the side or the rear. It has gun depression, 11 degrees, a turret that is 152 millimeters thick with some kind of, rounded angling. So, yeah. I would love to hear what the guys think of this. Okay, so I can see that a lot of people are not happy with this. I think it unloads faster than the bloody TVP. 1.5 seconds in between shots. Holy crap. Now this tank is not balanced at all. What is Wargaming thinking? Okay, you know what? We're moving on, or else this video is going to be way too long. The Object 274A, that is going to be another tier 8 Soviet medium premium tank. Now, well, go figure, I'm not really that excited about this one probably. It reminds me of, what does it remind me of? It reminds me of a heavy tank. It reminds me of the 50TP, the Polish tier 9 heavy tank, because it has like a similar turret. Seems to be very unique with the hull. What is going on with all these weird hull designs? Like, what is Wargaming actually doing at the moment? Like, they've completely abandoned the old hull design with the angles, and they're starting now with those rounded off hulls that the T110E5 has, and other American heavy tanks like the M103. Yeah, but I'm a bit confused at the moment. So, whatever. We're gonna check the stats real fast. 1,200 hit points at tier 8. It's a medium tank, 690 horsepower. Now, okay, the GSor has almost as much horsepower as this medium tank, and the GSor is faster. And yeah, this thing though, 58 kilometers top speed, 46.94 degrees hull turning speed. Yeah, it's a medium tank. It's supposed to have this advantage. 37.55 for the turret. It has 95 millimeters of hull armor, 70 on the side, 45 with the angling. It's probably going to be a bit thicker, maybe 120. Who knows? And 230 on the turret. We continue with the Russian super heavy turret design on medium tanks. Still not a fan of that. 130 on the side, 60 on the back. It has a 107 millimeter gun with 320 alpha, almost 7 rounds per minute, 2.2 thousand DPM, reload time of 8.63 seconds, and dispersion of 0.36 with an aim time of 2.59. And the depression angles are not that great. 6 degrees, negative 15 degrees elevation angles. Yeah, this tank, well, it seems to be another typical Soviet medium tank. But I think what I'm worried about is the increase of turret armor, like every single time. The T-44 and the T-54, prototype, they already have pretty good armor on the turret, but you can still go through them with a lot of tanks, especially if they're like flat on looking at you. But with this tank, I don't know, hull down, it's going to be a pain in the ass once more. And at tier 8, seems to be like kind of an object for 30 at tier 8 with this kind of turret. But we don't know that yet. We'll have to see. Maybe this lower part right here where the gun and the turret meet the hull, the gun mantlet down here, seems to be rather flat. Maybe you'll be able to go through there. But to be fair, not a big fan of this design. Why do we need another Soviet medium premium tank? I do not know. You tell me. At least with the Polish, it made sense. They had no premium tank, a new line. Are we getting a new Soviet medium tank line? I don't know. I would not put it past Wargaming to put another Soviet tank line into the game. And yeah, this vehicle, it's nothing too special for me. But the stats, 107 millimeter, increases a lot. The characteristics get better and better just by a little bit every single time. And I thought Wargaming has left that behind, the super overpowered premium tanks. The Defender almost killed the game in 2016. And then Wargaming kind of paddled back a little bit. They gave us some pretty trash premium tanks. People got really upset about that. And then they, kind of returned and had like a position where there were some medium tanks that were really good and were just, not overpowered at all. And now we're going kind of back towards the former with the Defender and the Object 274A and the GSor. So, I don't know. This weirds me out. Okay, now finally to the final tank that we're going to be looking at. I know you have survived up until this point, but bear with me. and take a look at the final stats of this Italian tier 10. And the very first thought that went through my head is this is a kind of an Abrams predecessor, right? And it does not look like a tank that should be in World War II, or a game that kind of majorly speaks or turns around World War II and the early Cold War. And the very first thought was like, oh my god, this looks like a T-95 Chieftain at tier 10 that anyone can get. And look at the turret. The turret combines the modern kind of turret armor with the angling, with probably the thickness as well, that we just don't really see at, you know, World War II levels, because obviously they were not that far during that time. Then the hull, look at the hull, the frontal hull is just like super well angled, and I don't know, I have the feeling this is going to be the very first stepping stone where wargaming might be just figuring out how far they can go. And I have no idea, I've never heard of this tank, probably another kind of invention by wargaming. But yeah, we're going to what? Okay, you know what? This video is a complete mess. This is a complete mess on my part, right? Because it is designated as a medium tank. It is a special vehicle, so you know what this means. Is this going to be a Clan Wars reward tank? Because holy fucking shit. If this is going to be a Clan Wars reward tank, I do not know what's going to happen. But I know that this game is going to die. This is no joke, because they can just go down that route again with the Chieftain. And come on, guys. Okay, this video is a complete fuck up at the moment, because I had so many things wrong. I should have checked that before, but you know what? We're gonna roll with it, because I think at least it's honest. And you know what? We're gonna check these stats. So it's going to be a medium tank, apparently, Italian, and a special vehicle. I thought it was going to be Italian heavy line, because they said they're going to be releasing the heavy line in 2020. Or maybe I got it wrong, but they told us about the heavy line. So I thought that would make sense, but supposedly it's a medium tank. It has 1,900 HP, same as the Progetto. 720 horsepower engine, 55 kilometer top speed, 44.85 degrees turn speed, view range of 400 meters. Hull armor is pretty much non-existent, 80 millimeters, 70 and 30 at tier 10. That's not a lot. Turret armor is 230 with the angles that you have here. That's going to be quite enough. Very strong, probably. Doesn't have any real weak spot at the top, I think, unless you count this extension of the gun kind of a weak spot. It looks like a 120 millimeter gun, and it indeed is a 120 millimeter gun with 400 alpha damage, and it's going to be auto reloader. No, it's an auto loader or auto reloader. I'm confused. They're telling us it's an auto-loader, so like the French tanks. 4 shells, 2.5k DPM, 4 seconds in between the shots. Okay, at least that, but it's 120 mil as a medium tank with 4 rounds. That is 1600 damage as a medium tank that you can do. That's the same as a T-57, but the T-57 is a small or slower, smaller heavy tank. Okay, yeah, it's an auto reloader. So as you can see right here, 1 shell reload time. Oh my god, wargaming, what the hell is this? Are they for real trying to... Do they want to murder this game quicker? I don't know. This is really weird, because this seems to be like a main battle tank type of vehicle. That probably has nothing to do in a game as World of Tanks, because it just might get into the area where there is no coming back from this. Because if you release a vehicle like this and you put it out, you cannot take it away from the people anymore, because as soon as you give it out, the people usually do pay a lot of money to get it. So if you take it away from them, they're just gonna go run amok, you know. But if we take a look at the stats, 9.59 seconds if you have like all three shells or 4 shells, no, 3 shells inside of your magazine and you're reloading one more, so 9.59 seconds. Complete reload is about 50 seconds, similar to the Waffenträger back in the days. Accuracy is not that good, 0.36. Aim time is 2.88 seconds. Okay, that's a lot. But the gun depression with 9 degrees is pretty okay. It's good. It's good, I would say. 15 degrees of gun elevation. But I'm not sure about this. I don't really see the need for another special tank that is similar to the T95 Chieftain with no apparent weak spot on the turret. Maybe the cupola on the left side of the turret is a weak spot. It does seem to be, but yeah, if you're on the right, good luck. There's nothing there. And okay, I'm really confused at the moment. What kind of a vehicle? What kind of vehicles are these three? Like this thing, from the stats, completely overpowered at tier 8, and there is no real apparent reason to add this because there is no British tank destroyer with an auto reloading function. None of them have an auto reloader. Or oh my god, auto loader. None of them have that. And it's just, I don't know. Okay, so it's a premium. This thing, it's another Soviet medium premium. Okay, you know what? I give it a pass. From the stats, it's not as overpowered as the other ones, but 230 hull turret armor, okay. I don't like that. But this thing, another autoloader, a special vehicle that you will probably hand out to the top 5% of players in World of Tanks. Maybe through Clan Wars. That is similar to the T95 Chieftain, but as a medium tank, and it has an auto reloader function inside. 120mm gun. A turret that is pretty much based on modern tank design. Hull armor that's not very thick, I know, but is very well angled. I don't know what I'm supposed to tell you, Wargaming, but this is not the right way to go, in my opinion. And I would just love to read the comments. Well, one more tank to report on site, as it's the case for the Object 297 achieved in Object 907. Oof. Yeah, there's a pretty big debate going on. I know the 50-second reload time is a lot for auto reloader, but it has a 120mm gun, right? I don't know. These are early stats. These are super test vehicles that are now being tested. I would love to hear your guys' opinion. I am just kind of flabbergasted with the vehicles that they're adding out. Because a lot of the average players, the average Joes, will probably not get this tank. They will be able to buy this and buy this, like the rich ones will be able to get them, but I don't know. It seems to me that Wargaming has gone down the same road again, you know. I don't know, maybe they're running out of cash. Who knows? People stop playing the game. People actually are finishing the marathons instead of, you know, just dishing out $150 to get it done from the start. Maybe people have, you know, not as much money available to them as they had prior to the COVID-19 crisis. Yeah, I don't know. I would love to hear your guys' opinion. I'm a bit confused. The early stats on these vehicles are super weird. The decision to make another reward tank that is supposedly probably going to be super powerful, even if the reload time are not as amazing, but the gun, I mean, okay, the gun stats and aim time aren't as amazing as well, but the other stats are pretty damn good. Yeah, I'd love to hear your guys' opinion. This one is going to be a bit longer, but I hope you bear with me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.